So in today's video, we are taking on the Collection of Epic Battles Stage 4, where we verse the Extreme Android Cell Saga enemies. But we are doing this for a specific mission, which is the Entrusted Wheel mission. With the release of the brand new Carnival Future Trunks, this mission became extremely doable just because Trunks being physical makes this first and last phase of Cell a joke because he has type advantage. So we are jumping into the final stage because there's no real need in order to show the first few fights. It's just a really easy battle for the most part until you hit Cell. You maybe have to be scared of a few super attacks, but there's not really life-threatening super attacks to begin with. We're running a full Time Travelers team, of course, and that just means full Trunkses. I'm recording this before part 3 of the Worldwide Celebration, so we don't have the EZAs for the Worldwide Celebration free-to-play units yet, and this is still doable, even though they have bad stats. It's mainly because of this physical Trunks, who's only one dupe as well. I did have to put him in the first slot because I wanted the Dokkan mode, obviously, and of course he's the strongest unit on the team to do the Dokkan mode, so we don't get like his multiple supers, but that's okay. We no item that. Usually the Cell super attacks in the first slot. The most important thing is just like no iteming specific stages when you can. So I did bring a Whis and Ghost Usher. This mission was pretty hard. I was trying to do it during the part 1 of Worldwide Celebration, but Vegito just wasn't strong enough, pretty much, is what my issue was. Tanking-wise, it's really hard to tank a super attack in this event, especially for free-to-play units, and especially limited yourself to a really bad category. I wouldn't say it's bad, but like it's very lackluster. Entrusted Wheel just never gets updated as of much. Until now, I guess, with all the Trunkses getting released. So I Ghost Usher here. By the way, I'm not using a webcam right now because my webcam is currently broken. I've ordered a new one, so it will come in a few days. Hopefully, the sooner the better. I know you will miss my face. I'm kidding. If it's probably for a good thing. It's probably a good thing. You don't see my face. It's all good. This is all pre-recorded anyway. So I'm just trying to commentate over this. The rest of the Trunkses, I guess we can go through. Super Strike Trunks is really good. As him being STR makes this phase really good as well. The one thing I hate about the physical Cell is that he can ruin runs with your locks. He kind of ruined this run, but because we no item the first fight, I kept going anyway and just hoped that Cell didn't super attack first frame, which he didn't, so we can keep on stacking. But I would have loved to put Super Strike Trunks in the first slot as he has type advantage, and then you can have Trunks' procs go off in the second slot, which is way more important. The goal is to survive until he hits his standby. I have the leader, which is the AGL Prime Battle Trunks. 130% Future Saga leader. Because all the Trunkses are Future Saga and Time Travelers, it just works out. And then I have the STR Super Battle Road Trunks. He's going to EZA very soon. I could have waited until then to do this. Maybe we could have gotten a Vegeta's family one. I don't know. I doubt it's going to be like a 140%. It would be nice, but it's definitely going to be a 130% leader, which makes no difference because Trunks is a 130% leader anyway, other than like him being strong. We do have the Bomber item, which did really nothing. Just Ghost Usher it again. This is probably like one of the strongest Cell parts in this fight. Probably just as strong as the last phase. I haven't looked at the stats, but just sorting out my rotation, see what I want to keep. Decided to keep the Super Trunks in. He's also going to be, I believe, EZAing in the next JP World Tournament, which is cool. A lot of potential. This is like the weakest the team will ever be, I guess. And we still did it. It's just great because the Cell is not really that tanky. Good old long events. They were nice when it was the thing. A lot of people are hating on the new red zones because they're like copy and paste, but oh well. So we have our standby effect active or ready to go, which is a big deal because it means that we can actually link up with the other Trunks. This was a whole future Super Saiyan Trunks rotation, and so when we do go into standby, we can actually get some links activated, and we can put him in the first slot because he actually gets, you know, benefits in the first slot, which is awesome. I hope you guys do enjoy today's video, by the way. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Our goal here is to beat the Cell, I guess, this turn. And then when we get into the return of the physical Trunks, obviously, we want him to use the finish skill. So we get multiple super attacks. As you can see, it's like only doing 3.9 million damage, and a chunk of his health bar is gone. Cells aren't that tanky. It's just that when I was using Vegeta Blue, he was just so weak that it made him tanky because of how weak they were. And there was just no real first slot units that can link up with him that were Entrusted Wheel. As you can see, all the Entrusted Wheel like gets defense on super pretty much. So now onto the final phase. We still have 2 Whis, which we stack them up because our goal is to pretty much kill in the next turn. And that means we get freedom of how our rotations are with 80% damage reduction. So the Super Battery Trunks is actually the strongest when you put him in the last slots. I was going to keep those physicals for the physical Trunks, but I thought, you know what, they're linking pretty well. It should be fine. So even if Cell Frame 1 supers here, we are all good. 37,000. It does stun, which is kind of a bummer, because it's 3 extra damage we could have done, especially Super Strike Trunks being one of our stronger units in this whole entire team. But we still got this Trunks to do a super, 3.1. It's only 1 million damage. What can you do? And of course, he has inbuilt dodges with him. And he does just dodge a lot, which doesn't really matter too much. So now it's time to use the finish skill here. Obviously, we have to use it now, or else we won't have enough time. And we didn't do the most amount of attacks. Obviously, we're missing like an extra 50% attack, which is kind of huge. But what can you do? Put him in the middle here. And we activate it. 7.7 million, which is completely fine. We put AGL Trunks in first. Remember, we still have double Whis. So, regardless, nobody is really in danger here, especially post-super. So, Trunks will do just a little bit of extra damage, 800,000. It's going to take the super, but that's all good. And then pretty much we have to rely on physical Trunks to get multiple super attacks to end up killing this cell. So, here's the first super, which doesn't kill, but we get the second super. Remember, this Trunks was a little bit weird because he had all the paths open, but he wasn't 100%. He was only 69%. And then he did get the final. I guess the guy was waiting for like the most optimal build with him. And there you go. So that was the Entrusted Wheel mission. Definitely one of the harder missions. We still have one more mission to do, which is probably still not doable yet, but it will be done very soon, which is the Mastered Evolution one. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on. And I will see you guys in the next video.